The Tucson night exploded into chaos, shattering my fragile peace. At midnight, my daughter's screams, Lily, Daisy, and Sky tore through our sprawling estate, a labyrinth of wealth in Arizona's heart. I stumbled from bed, heart thundering, racing down marble corridors to find their rooms eerily vacant, bed sheets tangled like ghosts. A crumpled note on Daisy's pillow, scrawled in jagged ink, demanded my silence, threatening their lives if I spoke. Hours dragged like years until a frantic call from an FBI agent revealed they were imprisoned in a crumbling warehouse. 30 miles deep in the Sonoran Desert's embrace, Sky, my 7-year-old with street-honed cunning, had salvaged a hairpin from her braid, picking a rusted lock with trembling hands. She led her sisters, Lily clutching Daisy's sleeve, through a maze of splintered crates, their bare feet bleeding, as distant sirens wailed, heralding rescue. Their escape was a pulse of hope. But the terror peeled back a sinister veil. This was no random act. A family secret, coiled like a rattler in our lineage, had struck. The desert wind moaned beyond my window, its mournful song weaving through saguaro shadows, whispering of betrayal I'd been too naive to see. Each gust carried a warning, sharp as cactus spines, urging me to unearth the truth before it swallowed us whole. My girls were safe for now, but the danger lingered, a specter in the starless night. I stood at the estate's edge, the Arizona plains stretching vast, their silence a challenge. This was no mere kidnapping. It was a reckoning, and I'd fight to protect my daughters, no matter the cost. The desert's raw beauty, unyielding under moonlight, fueled my resolve, its vastness a mirror to the battle ahead. I am David Sterling, a tech emperor forged in grief's crucible. 7 years ago, Eleanor, my wife, slipped away, her death a wound that never scarred. I raised Lily and Daisy, my twin daughters, alone, pouring love into their laughter to drown my sorrow. Sterling Industries, my creation, towers over Silicon Valley, its algorithms pulsing like a second heart, yet no fortune can shield a soul from loneliness. To the world, I'm a titan, my smile polished for boardrooms and private. I wander our Tucson estate, haunted by Eleanor's lilting voice, her memory a ghost in every mirror. Lily's quiet wisdom, like a desert bloom, and Daisy's fiery spirit, fierce as a summer storm, tether me to life. But a chasm persists, a silent ache I can't name. Weeks before that night of terror, a fleeting moment in a roadside diner cracked my world open, revealing a truth I'd never dared to seek. The Arizona desert, with its endless horizons and unrelenting sun, mirrors my existence, scarred, enduring, yet yearning for something lost. My wealth is a hollow crown, my heart a map of unhealed fractures, and that diner's shadow promised answers I both craved and feared. A scorching Arizona noon drew me to a diner off Route 66, its neon sign buzzing like a trapped fly. There, slumped on a faded vinyl bench, was Sky, a 7-year-old echo of my twins, her face a haunting double. Her threadbare dress and wary eyes, sharp as a hawk's, pierced me, unearthing a pain I'd buried with Eleanor. She spoke softly of Evelyn, her guardian, now dead, leaving her to drift alone in a world too vast for her small frame. Her age matched Lily and Daisy's, a perfect alignment that sparked unease. As she sipped a milkshake, her straw trembling, Eleanor's face flickered in my mind, her gentle smile urging me to question everything. The desert sun blazed through the diner's windows, its heat a weight, yet a deeper chill gripped me, whispering of secrets entombed in our past. The saguaro outside stood sentinel, its arms raised like a warning, and I knew this moment was no accident. It was a door to truths I'd long ignored. Sky's face, a mirror of my twins, haunted me, exposing my failures in the harsh Tucson light. At the diner, local stares burned. Whispers of "Who's that girl?" stung like desert thorns. I'd always been the lesser Sterling, eclipsed by my brother Richard's ruthless brilliance at Sterling Industries. Now, this child's existence branded me a blind father, ignorant of my own blood. My boardroom allies, once deferential, now sidestepped me, their eyes cold, sensing weakness. At home, Lily and Daisy's questions, "Who's Sky, Dad?" cut deeper, their trust wavering. I felt like a saguaro, standing tall but solitary, roots shallow in a family I thought I knew. Richard's recent calls, laced with mockery, echoed our childhood, when he'd belittle my dreams, calling me the soft one. His latest jab, "Focus on your girls, not fantasies," felt like a public flogging, stripping my dignity as Tucson's elite watched. The desert's relentless sun exposed my isolation, its vastness mocking my shrinking world. I wandered our estate's gardens, Eleanor's roses wilting, mirroring my resolve. Friends distanced themselves, invitations dried up, and even Dr. Chen, my confidant, hesitated to meet, fearing Richard's reach. The Arizona night closed in, stars indifferent, as I grappled with a truth I couldn't name. Sky's presence was a wound, reopening scars of inadequacy I'd buried. I was a titan on paper, but here, in the desert's unyielding gaze, I was just a man, diminished, alone, grasping for answers in a family unraveling before me. Richard's betrayal crystallized with cruel clarity. I'd trusted him, my older brother, to steer sterling industries while I grieved Eleanor. Yet, Sky's existence pointed to his deceit. Her nightmares of a man with pale blue eyes matched Richard's icy stare, a detail I couldn't dismiss. I recalled Eleanor's final days, her cryptic warnings about family secrets I'd chalked up to delirium. Now, they screamed of Richard's hand. His recent moves, diverting company funds, pushing me from board decisions, reeked of a deeper scheme. At a Phoenix gala, he'd smirked, toasting family loyalty while eyeing me like prey. The memory stung like a scorpion's tail. I dug into old emails, finding coded messages about a third asset, dated around Sky's birth. Richard had known she was no accident. He'd hidden her, erased her from our lives, likely to secure his grip on the sterling fortune. The desert wind howled, carrying whispers of his greed, its dry gusts like accusations I'd ignored too long. Eleanor's death, sudden and unexplained, now felt like his work, a shadow I'd refused to see. My brother, my blood, had built an empire on lies, leaving me to drown in Tucson's scrutiny. The betrayal wasn't just personal, it was a theft of my family, my truth. The saguaro outside my window loomed, its silhouette a reminder. Trust, once broken, leaves only thorns. I was alone. But the desert's stark truth urged me to face him, to reclaim what he'd stolen. I couldn't stay silent. Sky's courage, picking that warehouse lock, lit a spark in me. I drove to DR. Olivia Chen's clinic at dawn, the Arizona sunrise painting the sky in defiant reds. Test Sky's DNA, I demanded, my voice steady, no longer the soft brother. She hesitated, wary of Richard's influence, but I pressed, eyes locked, refusing to yield. The desert's heat pulsed through me, its unyielding spirit mine. Back home, I told Lily and Daisy about Sky, their sister. My words a quiet rebellion against Richard's lies. Their gasps, then hugs, fueled me. I wasn't just defying Richard, I was rebuilding us. The act felt small, a pebble in a canyon. But it shifted something. I stood in Eleanor's garden, touching a blooming cactus flower, its resilience my own. The Tucson stars glittered, no longer mocking but guiding. I wasn't ready to confront Richard fully, but this was my first step, a refusal to let his shadow define me. The desert whispered approval, its silence a promise. Small acts grow roots. I'd fight for my girls, for truth, one defiant choice at a time. Fear coiled in my chest, a rattlesnake stirring under Tucson's starless sky. The DNA test I demanded loomed, its results a ticking bomb that could rewrite my family's truth. What if Richard had hidden Sky for reasons darker than greed? Her nightmares, vivid tales of a man with pale blue eyes reeking of roses and cigar smoke, haunted my sleepless nights, each detail pointing to my brother's cold gaze. I saw Eleanor's face in fevered dreams, her lips mouthing warnings I'd ignored, her eyes pleading for me to save our girls. The weight of my blindness crushed me. I'd let Richard's shadow fracture us, oblivious to his schemes. Every creak in our estate's hall sparked panic. Were his spies watching? Lily's hesitant glances, Daisy's restless pacing, and Sky's trembling hugs mirrored my dread. What if I lost them again, not to kidnappers, but to my own failures? The desert outside whispered omens, its wind weaving through mesquite, carrying echoes of Sky's warehouse escape. I feared losing myself, the father they needed, to this spiraling terror. Tucson's heat pressed down, its relentless sun exposing my fragility. I wandered Eleanor's garden, her wilted roses a mirror of my faltering resolve. The Arizona night felt like a cage, its vastness swallowing my courage. Richard's empire loomed, a fortress I couldn't breach, and I wondered if I'd unravel before the truth did. The saguaros stood silent, their spines sharp, urging me to face the fear, but my heart quaked. unsure if I could protect my daughters from the storm I'd unleashed. The threat turned public, a venomous strike. Sky's therapy with Dr. Sarah Jenkins unearthed a memory, a sleek black car trailing her, Evelyn's voice hissing, "He's coming for you, not money." The license plate, half remembered, pointed to Victor Thorne, Richard's pawn at Harmony Haven. Days later, a Tucson news outlet, fed by Richard's allies, aired a smear, "Sterling's delusion. Tech Mobile chases ghosts." My face flashed on screens. Twisted as paranoid, while Victor called Sky a street kid I'd fabricated. The report named me in boardrooms, branding me unhinged as colleagues turned away. At a school event, parents whispered, eyeing Lily and Daisy, who shrank under the scrutiny. Richard's voice, smooth on a radio interview, mocked my instability, his words a public flogging. The desert's glare burned hotter. Tucson's streets a stage for my disgrace. I found a note slipped under my door, "Stop digging, or the girls pay," its anonymity screaming Richard's hand. The Arizona sun cast long shadows, each a threat I couldn't outrun. Harmony Haven's polished facade had rot, and I sensed Richard's next move would be bolder, deadlier. The saguaro loomed outside, their arms raised like judges. As the world closed in, I stood exposed, my family's safety dangling by a thread, yet the desert's stark truth demanded I face this onslaught, not flee. The public's gaze was a whip, but I wouldn't break, not while my daughters needed me. A spark of survival flared, faint but fierce. Sky's courage, freeing her sisters from that warehouse, echoed in me, a reminder I wasn't powerless. At dawn, I slipped into Harmony Haven's Tucson office, posing as a donor, heart pounding under the desert's rising sun. I scanned files, spotting discrepancies, millions siphoned, children neglected. My hands shook, but I pocketed a ledger, a small victory against Richard's empire. Back home, I confided in Laura Evans, a Steely attorney, sharing my findings. Her nod, firm as Ocotillo roots, bolstered me. I wasn't the soft Sterling anymore. I was a father fighting for truth. The act felt reckless, a pebble against a canyon wall, but it stirred purpose. In Eleanor's garden, a cactus bloomed, its petals defiant in arid soil, mirroring my resolve. The Tucson stars gleamed, their light a promise I could endure. The desert's silence wrapped me, its vastness no longer a threat but a call to stand tall. I'd protect my girls, not with wealth, but with grit. This was my first taste of survival, a vow to outlast Richard's lies. One bold step at a time. Curiosity burned like a desert wildfire, consuming my fear under Tucson's relentless sun. Sky's nightmares, roses, cigar smoke, pale blue eyes, pointed to Richard. But why hide her? I couldn't ignore the ledger I'd stolen from Harmony Haven, its numbers screaming fraud. Was Sky the third asset in Richard's cryptic emails? I pored over Eleanor's old journals. Hidden in our estate's attic, her faded script hinting at a hospital stay during the twins' birth, longer than I'd known. A line, Richard's watching, chilled me, her fear palpable. I cross-checked dates. Sky's age aligned perfectly. Had Richard orchestrated her erasure? The desert's heat pressed, its saguaro shadows urging me to dig deeper. I hacked into Sterling Industries' archives, finding a sealed file on Harmony Haven allocations locked behind Richard's encryption. Late nights blurred, coffee cups piling. As I traced funds to offshore accounts, Dr. Chen, hesitant, shared a hospital log, Eleanor's records altered post-delivery. Who had the power to forge them? Richard's smirk at that Phoenix gala flashed, his toast to family a lie. The Arizona horizon stretched, its vastness a mirror to my questions. I drove to Sky's old neighborhood, a dusty Tucson lot, asking neighbors about Evelyn. An old man recalled a fancy car visiting, its driver reeking of cologne. Each clue tightened the noose around Richard, but danger loomed. The desert wind whispered, sharp as Ocotillo spines, pushing me to unravel his web. I wasn't just a father now, I was a hunter, driven by a need to know. The Tucson stars my silent guides, their light fueling my relentless search for truth. A warning broke the silence, sharp as a coyote's cry. Sky's therapy unearthed another memory. Evelyn's panic call. I told David everything. Before her death, Dr. Jenkins noted Sky's terror at a rose cigar scent, unmistakable as Richard's office. I traced the black car's partial plate to Victor Thorne, Harmony Haven's director, confirming Richard's reach. Then, a late-night call, Unknown number, raspy voice. Check Harmony Haven's basement. It hung up, leaving my pulse racing. I drove to their Tucson facility at dawn. The desert sunrise bleeding red, a portent. Posing as a maintenance inspector, I slipped inside, finding locked doors below ground, their bolts rusted but firm. A janitor's glance, fearful, darting hinted at secrets. Back home, an unmarked envelope arrived, containing a photo of Sky, alone, captioned, "Stop now." Richard's hand was clear, his threat a blade at my throat. The Arizona sun glared, its heat a weight. As Tucson's whispers grew, colleagues called me obsessed. My CFO warned of Richard's boardroom maneuvers. Harmony Haven's facade gleamed. But its rot seeped through, tied to Richard's greed. The saguaro outside my window stood tall, their arms raised like sentinels, urging caution. Each clue, Evelyn's call, the basement. The photo was a thread in a larger trap, and I sensed Richard watching, his pale blue eyes cold. The desert's silence roared, its vastness a challenge to outwit him. I wasn't alone, Sky's courage. Eleanor's journals fueled me, but the path narrowed, danger blooming like a cactus flower, beautiful yet deadly. I declared my fight, a vow carved in Tucson's red earth. No more cowering under Richard's shadow. I met Laura Evans at a Sedona cafe, the desert's cliffs framing our resolve. "We sue Harmony Haven," I said, sliding the ledger across. My voice steady as Ocotillo roots. She nodded, eyes fierce, drafting a case to expose Victor's fraud, aiming at Richard's heart. I wrote a letter to myself, sealed in Eleanor's garden. For Lily, Daisy, Sky, truth wins. The act was a gauntlet thrown, a public challenge to Richard's empire. I told my girls, we're a family, whole, their hugs my armor. The Arizona stars blazed. Their light a promise, I'd reclaim our legacy. Richard's lies, Sky's erasure, Eleanor's death wouldn't bury us. The desert wind sang, its melody fierce, as I stood in the garden. A cactus bloomed defiant in arid soil. This wasn't just for me, it was for every child Harmony Haven betrayed, for Evelyn's sacrifice. I knew the cost, my fortune, my name, maybe more. But the saguaro's silhouette, unyielding, mirrored my resolve. I'd face Richard, not as the soft brother, but as a father, a warrior. The Tucson night wrapped me, its silence a call to action. My heart pounding with purpose, ready to tear down the lies and build a future for my daughters, rooted in truth. I plunged into danger, heart racing under Tucson's dawn sky. My first reckless act a spark against Richard's empire. Disguised as a donor, I infiltrated Harmony Haven's annual gala, a glittering facade in Phoenix's desert heart, 30 miles from home. The ledger I'd stolen burned in my memory, millions siphoned, children neglected. I slipped past security, my pulse a drumbeat, into Victor Thorne's office, its rose cigar scent choking me. Richard's mark. Files lay open, ledgers, photos of kids like Sky, their eyes hollow. I photographed pages, hands shaking, documenting fraud tied to Richard's accounts. Emma and Caleb. 2 children from the files, haunted me, their faces proof of Harmony Haven's rot. I smuggled the evidence out, dodging Victor's gaze, my breath ragged. The Arizona sunrise bled red. Its light a warning of risks I'd taken. Outside, saguaro loomed, their spines sharp as my resolve, urging me to keep moving. Richard's spies could be anywhere. His pale blue eyes seemed to watch from every shadow. The desert's vastness mirrored my gamble, its silence a test of courage. Back home, I hid the photos in Eleanor's garden, under a cactus's roots, my heart pounding with defiance. This wasn't just for Sky, it was for every child Richard's greed had crushed. The Tucson stars flickered, their glow faint but fierce, like my hope. I'd crossed a line, no turning back, and the desert's raw beauty fueled me, its unyielding earth a reminder. Truth demands sacrifice. My girls' faces, Lily's trust, Daisy's fire, Sky's grit, drove me, their love a shield against the storm I'd unleashed. The evidence sparked hope, but obstacles surged like a desert flash flood. Laura confirmed the photos could sink Harmony Haven, but Victor struck back, leaking lies to Tucson's press, branding me a fraudster. My phone buzzed with threats and signed. But Richard's venom dripped through. You'll lose everything. At Sterling Industries, my CFO warned of Richard's coup, board members swaying to his charm. Friends shunned me. Tucson's elite whispering unstable at galas. Lily overheard a teacher's cruel jab, Daisy snapped at classmates' taunts, and Sky's nightmares worsened, her cries piercing my guilt. The Arizona sun glared, its heat await, as Richard's machine tightened its grip. A new smear hit X, #SterlingLies trended, twisting my fight into obsession. I found a slashed tire on my truck. A message carved in the dust, "Back off." Harmony Haven's facade gleamed, but its basement doors, locked tight, mocked me. The saguaro outside my window stood rigid, their arms raised like barriers. Reflecting my struggle, Laura urged caution, but time was slipping. Richard's next move loomed, maybe targeting my girls again. The desert wind howled, its gust sharp, carrying echoes of Eleanor's warnings I'd ignored. Each obstacle was a thorn, tearing at my resolve, yet Emma and Caleb's faces, saved from Harmony Haven, kept me grounded. I wasn't alone. My daughter's hugs, Laura's steel, fueled me. The Tucson night pressed, its stars dim, but I stood firm, the desert's resilience my own, ready to face the flood, no matter how fierce. I reaffirmed my vow, a root sinking deep in Tucson's red earth. I couldn't retreat, not with my girl's eyes, Lily's quiet faith, Daisy's defiance, Sky's courage, burning in me. I burned old photos of Richard and me, their ashes scattering in Eleanor's garden, a cactus bloom glowing defiant. No more silence, I told my reflection, voice steady as Ocotillo spines. Laura drafted lawsuits against Harmony Haven, targeting Victor, aiming for Richard's heart. I journaled nightly, tracing my path from grief to grit, each word a pledge to my daughters. The Arizona stars blazed, their light a beacon. I'd rebuild our family, truth by truth. Richard's lies, Sky's erasure, Eleanor's death wouldn't define us. I told my girls, we're enough. Their hugs my fortress. The desert's silence wrapped me, its vastness no longer daunting but empowering. This fight was bigger for Emma, Caleb, every child Harmony Haven betrayed. For Evelyn's sacrifice. I knew the cost, my empire, my name, maybe my life. But the saguaro's silhouette, unyielding, mirrored my heart. I wasn't the soft Sterling anymore. I was a father, a warrior. Carved by loss, forged by love. The Tucson dawn broke, its glow fierce, as I stood in the garden, ready to face Richard's storm, my commitment a flame no desert wind could extinguish. Burning for my daughters, for justice, for a legacy rooted in truth. The truth erupted like a desert storm at Harmony Haven's Gallo in Phoenix, 30 miles from Tucson's heart. I strode into the chandelier-lit hall, heart steady as Arizona's red earth, seizing the microphone mid-speech from Victor Thorne. "This charity's a lie," I declared. Projecting stolen ledgers onto a massive screen, millions siphoned, children like Emma and Caleb neglected. Gasps rippled through the crowd, Tucson's elite frozen. Their champagne flutes glinting under the desert's borrowed light. I played a recording of Victor, his voice smug, admitting Richard's orders to clean the books. The room spun. Faces paling as the numbers exposed a rotting core. I held the mic like a saguaro's spine, unyielding, my voice cutting through the murmurs. Harmony Haven betrays the children it claims to save. I said, showing Emma's photo, her hollow as a silent plea. The desert wind howled outside, its gusts rattling windows, mirroring the chaos I'd unleashed. Donors shifted, reporters scribbled, their pens frantic. I stood tall, no longer the soft Sterling, but a father wielding truth like a blade. Richard, in the back, glared, his pale blue eyes flashing, but I didn't flinch. The Arizona night pressed against the glass, its vastness my ally, urging me to break the silence. This wasn't just for my girls, it was for every child crushed by greed. The saguaro's silhouette loomed in my mind, its arms raised in triumph. As the crowd's shock turned to outrage, the desert's raw power fueling my stand against Richard's empire. Richard's mask shattered, his sins laid bare under Phoenix's unforgiving lights. I revealed emails tying him to Harmony Haven's fraud, his signature scrawled on falsified grants. My brother hid my daughter, Sky, I said, voice steady, showing her photo beside Lily and Daisy's triplets, undeniable. The crowd gasped, Tucson's whispers now a roar. I played Emma's trembling video, her words exposing Victor's cruelty under Richard's command. Richard bolted for the exit, his rose cigar scent trailing, but security blocked him, their faces grim. I detailed his schemes, offshore accounts, forged hospital records, Eleanor's death now suspect. The desert's heat pulsed through me, its saguaro shadows my strength. as I named him the architect of Sky's erasure, a thief of my family's truth. Victor stammered, his denials drowned by booze. I held up Evelyn's photo, her sacrifice a beacon. She died protecting Sky from Richard. The Arizona stars gleamed beyond, their light a verdict. X lit up, hashtag Sterling Truth trended, posts flooding with fury. Richard's pale blue eyes met mine. Defeated, as the crowd turned, donors demanding audits, reporters swarming. The desert wind sang, its melody fierce, carrying Eleanor's warnings I'd finally heeded. This wasn't revenge, it was justice. Rooted in love for my girls. The saguaro stood tall in my heart, its spine sharp, as Richard's empire crumbled, the truth blooming like a cactus flower, defiant in arid soil. Unyielding under the weight of his lies. Society's tide shifted, a monsoon breaking Tucson's silence. X exploded. Hashtag Sterling Truth posts surged, strangers sharing Harmony Haven horror stories. A retired nurse emailed, confirming Richard's private visits to the charity's basement. My phone buzzed with support, Tucson streets alive with chants for justice. Donors pulled funding. Harmony Haven's facade cracking like dry desert clay. At home, Lily hugged me, whispering, "You're our hero." Daisy's grin fierce, Sky's eyes bright. Yet, threats lingered. Richard's allies posted hashtag Sterling Lies, vowing retaliation. A brick shattered our window, a note reading, "You'll pay." The Arizona sun rose, its glow soft, as neighbors rallied. Their signs reading "Truth wins." A Phoenix anchor invited me to speak, amplifying Emma's story, sparking petitions 10,000 signatures in days. The desert's vastness mirrored the movement. Its saguaro arms embracing us. Strangers sent letters, "We believe you." My girls painted a banner, hashtag Evelyn Fund, its colors bold. The Tucson night wrapped us, its stars no longer cold but warm. Reflecting a world awakening. Richard's grip weakened, his empire a mirage fading in the desert's truth. I stood in Eleanor's garden, a cactus bloom glowing, my heart full. The fight wasn't over. But the tide had turned, the desert's resilience ours, its silence now a chorus of voices, rising for my daughters, for justice, for a legacy reborn in love. Victory's echo faded, leaving doubt to fester like a desert shadow in Tucson's quiet dusk. I'd exposed Richard at the gala, but the cost gnawed at me. Had I broken too much? Sterling Industries teetered. My empire crumbling under scandal's weight. Colleagues, once loyal, now whispered reckless in Phoenix boardrooms, their eyes avoiding mine. Lily's nightmares returned, her sketches dark. Daisy's defiance masked fear. Sky clung closer, her trust fragile. Had I dragged them into a war I couldn't win? The Arizona sun sank, its glow dim, mirroring my faltering heart. I sat in Eleanor's garden, her roses brittle, and questioned my path. Was I right to challenge Richard, or had I destroyed our family's peace? Eleanor's death, sudden, vague, haunted me. Had I missed her cries for help, too? The desert's vastness pressed, its saguaro silhouettes looming like judges, their spines sharp with my failures. I'd been the soft Sterling, always in Richard's shadow, and now I wondered if that boy still ruled me, blind to the wreckage I'd caused. Tucson's stars blinked, cold and distant, as guilt coiled tighter. Sky's face, so like Eleanor's, stirred a deeper dread. Was I enough for them, or just a father chasing ghosts? The wind whispered through mesquite, carrying echoes of Richard's taunts. And I feared I'd lost my way, my girls paying the price. The desert's silence was no comfort, its expanse a mirror to my unraveling, leaving me to wrestle with a truth I couldn't face. Maybe I was the storm, not the savior. My deepest fear surfaced, raw as Tucson's red earth. Losing my daughters, not to Richard, but to my own flaws. I relived Eleanor's collapse, her hospital bed sterile, her warnings about family secrets dismissed as fevered dreams. Had I failed her, blind to Richard's hand? Sky's therapy notes, scrawled by Dr. Jenkins, screamed his presence, roses, cigars, pale blue eyes. What if he outsmarted me, striking my girls again? I saw my childhood self, cowering under Richard's sneer, never enough, always second. The Arizona night closed in, its stars hidden, as panic gripped me. Was I still that boy, doomed to falter? I wondered our estate, Lily's drawings, Daisy's soccer ball. Sky's hairpin haunting me, each a reminder of my duty, my dread. The desert wind howled, its gust sharp, carrying Eleanor's voice, pleading for me to see. I feared I'd never be the father they deserved. My heart scarred by loss. My choices reckless. The saguaros stood rigid, their arms accusing, as I faced the truth. My fight wasn't just against Richard, but against the doubt eating me alive. Tucson's heat lingered, a weight I couldn't shed, as I questioned my worth. Could I protect them, or was I chasing a truth that would bury us? The desert's silence roared, its vastness a mirror to my terror, urging me to confront the broken man within, to find strength before the storm consumed us all. I reclaimed my worth. A seed taking root in Tucson's arid soil. Laura's voice cut through. You're not alone. Her words a lifeline in the desert's dark. I read Sky's journal, her scrawl fierce. Dad fights for us. My girls believed in me, their love a mirror to my strength, not my scars. I wasn't perfect, but I was theirs. I walked Tucson's foothills at dawn, the Arizona's sun rising, its glow warm, washing away doubt. The saguaros stood tall, their spines no longer judging but guiding, their resilience mine. I forgave my past blindness, Eleanor's warnings now my fuel, not my shame. In Eleanor's garden, a cactus bloomed, its petals defiant, like my heart. I wasn't fighting to prove Richard wrong. I was fighting to be the father Lily, Daisy, and Sky needed, flaws and all. The desert wind sang, its melody soft, as I vowed to keep going, for them, for truth. Tucson's stars shone brighter, their light a promise. I was enough. I journaled, we'll rise together. My words a pact. The Arizona earth grounded me, its vastness no longer daunting but embracing, urging me forward. I'd face Richard's lies, not as the soft Sterling, but as a man forged by loss. Rooted in love, ready to protect my daughters with every breath, my worth reborn in the desert's unyielding embrace. Tucson's air crackled with division, a desert storm splitting the sky. Half the city hailed me as a crusader, ex-posts with hashtag Sterling Truth flooding my feed, strangers chanting justice. Outside Harmony Haven's shuttered Tucson office, a Phoenix diner owner hung a sign. We stand with Sterling. Yet, others scorned me, swayed by Richard's machine. Hashtag Sterling lies trended, fueled by tabloids painting me as a paranoid tycoon. Digging up Eleanor's death to brand me unstable. Driving through Tucson's sun-baked streets, I saw my face on billboards, twisted into a villain's sneer. Neighbors who once waved now turned away, their whispers sharp as cactus spines. At Lily's school, parents gossiped, her eyes downcast. Daisy punched a locker, raging at cruel peers. Sky flinched at strangers' stares. The Arizona sun glared, its heat a mirror to the public's split gaze. Hero or fool? Ex-debates raged, some calling me a savior, others a fraud chasing fame. A Tucson talk show host grilled me live, his questions barbed. Audience jeers echoing Richard's taunts. The desert's vastness felt suffocating, its saguaro silhouettes looming like a divided jury, their arms raised in judgment. My empire, Sterling Industries, bled, stocks plummeted, board members defected. Friends vanished, invitations dried, leaving me isolated in our estate, Eleanor's garden my only refuge. The wind howled through mesquite, carrying Tucson's fractured voice, its gust a reminder, truth splits as much as it unites. I stood under the stars, their light dim, wondering if my fight had torn more than it healed. The desert's silence a weight I couldn't shake. Richard's counterattack struck like a scorpion's sting, swift and venomous. Victor Thorne, bailed out, filed a defamation suit, demanding $10 million. His press conference in Phoenix broadcast live, calling me a delusional liar. Richard orchestrated a documentary, aired on Tucson's networks, splicing old interviews to paint me unhinged. Eleanor's death framed as my failure. X amplified it. Hashtag Sterling Mad trended, users mocking my conspiracy. Richard's allies leaked doctored emails, framing me as Harmony Haven's fraudster. My signature forged. My CFO called, voice grim. Richard's coup seized Sterling Industries chairmanship, my shares worthless. A Tucson billboard read, David Sterling, fraud or fool? Richard's hand clear. Threats escalated, a slashed tire, a brick through our window, notes screaming, give up or lose them. Lily found one, her face pale. Daisy hid her fear in silence. Sky's nightmares surged, her cries piercing. The Arizona sun burned hotter, its glare a blade, as Richard's empire tightened its chokehold. Colleagues shunned me. Tucson's elite barring me from galas. Laura warned of legal peril, her voice tense. The desert wind roared, its gusts sharp, carrying Richard's smirk from that gala, his pale blue eyes undimmed. Harmony Haven's basement, still locked, mocked my efforts, its secrets guarded by Richard's reach. The saguaro stood rigid, their spines a warning as I sensed his next strike, maybe my girls again. I was cornered, my fight a fading ember, the desert's vastness a mirror to my dwindling hope, yet I clung to my daughters' faces, their love my only shield. I was pushed to desperation. A man teetering on Tucson's red cliffs. My savings drained, lawsuits piling, I sold assets to keep Laura's fight alive. Our estate felt like a cage, cameras flashing outside. Tucson's media hounding us. Lily whispered, "Are we safe?" Her doubt a knife. Daisy's anger flared, punching walls. Sky's silence screamed louder than her cries. Ex-posts called for my arrest. Richard's lies drowning #Sterling Truth. A Tucson detective questioned me, hinting at fraud charges. Richard's influence clear. I checked security cameras nightly, paranoid. The desert's darkness a threat. Sterling Industries was his now, my legacy ash. Friends gone, family strained. I felt like a boxer, battered, one punch from collapse. The Arizona stars hid. Their absence a verdict. I might lose. Could I outlast Richard's empire, or had I doomed my girls? The saguaro loomed, their arms accusing, as doubt choked me. Had I fought for truth or pride? Eleanor's garden, once a haven, felt barren, its roses dust. The desert wind howled, its voice cruel, mirroring my despair. I was alone, my daughter's safety dangling, my heart afraid rope. Yet, Sky's hairpin, tucked in my pocket, sparked a flicker, her courage, their love, kept me standing. The Tucson night pressed, its silence a challenge, surrender or fight. I gripped that hairpin. The desert's raw earth my anchor, vowing to endure for them, no matter how desperate the climb. A lifeline pierced Tucson's darkness, a beacon in my despair. Late at night, my phone rang, an unfamiliar number, a trembling voice. "I'm Dr. Valerie Hayes," she said, her words heavy with guilt. "I delivered your triplets. I know about Sky." She'd been forced by Richard to fake Sky's death, forging records to erase her, a secret that haunted her. We met in a Flagstaff diner, 90 miles north, the Arizona desert's chill wrapping us. Her eyes, lined with regret, held truth, hospital logs, dates, proof of Richard's hand. "I believe you," she whispered, sliding a folder across, her hand shaking. The saguaro outside stood sentinel, their spines glinting under moonlight, mirroring her courage. Valerie's confession was dynamite, tying Richard to Sky's erasure and Eleanor's suspicious death. She'd stayed silent, fearing his reach. But my fight on X, #Sterling Truth, gave her strength. The desert wind sang, its melody soft, carrying hope through mesquite. I wasn't alone anymore. Valerie's guilt, raw as Tucson's red earth, bound us. Her story echoed mine, loss, fear, a need for redemption. The Arizona stars blinked, their light warm, as I gripped her folder, my heart stirring. This wasn't just an ally, it was a turning point. The desert's vastness no longer crushing but opening, urging me to trust her, to fight together. Valerie's voice, steady now, was a cactus bloom, defiant in arid soil, promising we could unearth Richard's lies, for my girls, for truth, under the unyielding gaze of the Sonoran night. Trust grew, a root sinking deep in Arizona's arid heart. Laura joined us, her legal mind sharp as Ocotillo's spines, forming our core in Tucson's quiet dawn. We met nightly, poring over Valerie's logs, Eleanor's natural death and overdose, orchestrated by Richard, masked as heart failure. Sky's birth records, altered, bore his signature. We mapped his crimes, fraud at Harmony Haven, Sky's kidnapping, Eleanor's murder. The desert sun rose, its glow fierce. As we shared stories, Valerie's regret, Laura's resolve, my love for my girls. Sky's therapist, Dr. Jenkins, added clues, linking her nightmares to Richard's rose cigar scent. Our bond tightened. Forged in Tucson's heat, each meeting a step toward justice. The saguaro outside Laura's office stood tall, their arms embracing, mirroring our unity. We laughed, cried, planned Valerie's courage. Laura's steel, my grit weaving a net to trap Richard. Ex-posts fueled us. #Sterling Truth trended. Strangers support a wind at our backs. The Arizona night wrapped us, its stars bright. As trust bloomed, no longer fragile but fierce. My daughters sensed it. Lily sketched our trio. Daisy rallied friends. Sky hugged me, whispering, "We'll win." The desert's silence was no longer empty but full, its vastness a canvas for our fight. We weren't just allies. We were a force rooted in shared pain, growing like a cactus flower. Defiant against Richard's lies, ready to strike, our hearts united under Tucson's unyielding sky. The fight spread, a monsoon sweeping Tucson's red earth. A Harmony Haven whistleblower emailed. Then another, their stories echoing Emma and Caleb's. X surged. Hashtag Sterling Truth posts hit thousands. Victims sharing tales of neglect, tagging our cause. A petition to investigate Richard reached 15,000 signatures. Tucson streets alive with rallies, signs reading "Justice for Sky." Strangers sent letters. "You're not alone." The Arizona sun glowed, its light soft, as neighbors joined. Their voices a chorus. My girls shone. Lily's campaign logo, Daisy's school protests, Sky's poetry read at a vigil, her words electric. A Phoenix anchor aired our evidence, amplifying Valerie's logs, sparking national outrage. The desert's vastness mirrored the wave, its saguaro arms raised in triumph, as hashtag Evelyn Fund trended, honoring her sacrifice. Donors funded our lawsuits. Small sums from Tucson's heart. The wind sang through Mesquite, its melody fierce, carrying hope beyond our circle. Richard's allies fought back. Hashtag Sterling lies lingered, but the tide turned. Tucson's silence broken. I stood in Eleanor's garden, a cactus blooming, my heart full. This wasn't my fight alone. It was a community rising, rooted in truth, love for my daughters. For every child betrayed. The Arizona stars blazed, their light a promise. We'd outlast Richard. Together, the desert's resilience ours, its voice now a roar, echoing across the Sonoran plain. Unyielding, unstoppable. Richard's final assault crashed like a desert monsoon, relentless and cruel, aiming to bury me under Tucson's red earth. From his Phoenix penthouse, he unleashed a vicious campaign, airing a slick documentary on national networks, splicing my old speeches to paint me as a deranged fraud. X erupted, hashtag Sterling Insane trended. Users digging up Eleanor's death, calling me a murderer. Victor Thorne, emboldened, held Tucson press conferences, waving forged documents proving I'd fabricated Sky's existence, demanding my arrest. Richard's allies flooded X with hashtag Sterling lies, drowning hashtag Sterling truth. My former CFO announced Richard's full takeover of Sterling Industries, my shares worthless, my legacy ash. Billboards across Tucson screamed, "David Sterling, liar," his pale blue eyes in every pixel. Threats surged. A Molotov cocktail scorched our estate's gate, 30 feet from Lily's window. Notes warned, "Your girl's next." Sky's nightmares peaked, her screams piercing. Daisy hid her fear in silence. Lily's sketches turned black. The Arizona sun glared, its heat ablade. As Richard's empire seemed invincible, Laura's voice cracked, warning of mounting lawsuits, our funds dry. The desert wind howled, its gust sharp as saguaro spines. Carrying Richard's smirk from that gala, his voice taunting, "You're done." Harmony Haven's basement, still sealed, mocked my fight, its secrets Richard's shield. Tucson's streets turned hostile. Strangers jeering, my name poison. The saguaro loomed, their arms accusing, as I sensed his endgame. Total ruin, my daughters in his crosshairs. The desert's vastness mirrored my dread. Its silence a verdict. I was outmatched, yet my girls' faces kept me standing, their love a fading ember in the storm. I faced Richard in his Phoenix lair. A calculated trap under Arizona's starless sky. "Let's end this," I said, feigning surrender, my heart pounding like Tucson's red cliffs. Laura wired me with a recorder hidden under my jacket. Its weight a cactus bloom, defiant. Richard's penthouse reeked of roses and cigars, his pale blue eyes smug, victory in his grin. "You're broken, David," he sneered, pouring whiskey. 30 feet above Phoenix's glitter. I played weak, nodding, hinting I knew secrets, baiting his ego. He bit, boasting, Eleanor was collateral, Evelyn a nuisance. Sky? A loose end. His voice, cold as desert night, admitted it all, Harmony Haven's fraud, Sky's erasure, Eleanor's murder by overdose, staged as natural. "I built our legacy," he gloated, unaware of the recorder's hum. The saguaro's silhouette flashed in my mind, It spines my resolve, urging me to hold steady. I met his gaze, my fear buried, each word he spoke a nail in his coffin. The Arizona wind rattled his windows, its howl fierce, echoing my girl's courage, Sky's hairpin, Lily's trust, Daisy's fire. Laura's plan was tight, but my hand shook, sensing Richard's suspicion. The desert's vastness loomed, its silence a test, as I pushed him to confess more, his arrogance my weapon. This wasn't just for me, it was for Eleanor, Evelyn, my daughters, every child he'd crushed. The Tucson stars, hidden, waited, their light promised, as I stood, a father, not soft, ready to topple his empire with his own words. The truth triumphed. A cactus flower blooming in Tucson's arid heart. I handed the recording to Special Agent Alex Miller, his eyes grim, 30 minutes after leaving Richard's lair. FBI raided his warehouse. 15 miles from Phoenix, rescuing Lily, Daisy, and Sky. Kidnapped again, hours before, Richard's desperate move. Sky's hairpin, used once more, had loosened their bonds. Her courage guiding them till agents stormed in. Richard's arrest aired live, his pale blue eyes dull, handcuffs glinting under Arizona's dawn. X exploded, hashtag justice for Sterling trended. Tucson streets cheering, signs reading truth wins. Valerie's logs and my evidence buried him. Charges of murder, kidnapping, fraud piled high. Laura's lawsuits crushed Harmony Haven. Victor confessing, implicating Richard. The desert sun rose, its glow fierce, as Sterling Industries board ousted his allies. My name cleared. My girls hugged me, Lily whispering, "We're safe." Daisy grinning, Sky's eyes bright. The saguaro stood tall, their arms embracing, mirroring our victory. Tucson rallied. Hashtag Evelyn Fund soared. Donations flooding, a legacy reborn. The Arizona wind sang, its melody warm, carrying Eleanor's peace, Evelyn's sacrifice honored. Richard's empire was dust, his lies a mirage fading in the desert's truth. I stood in Eleanor's garden, a cactus blooming, my heart whole. The fight was won, not for vengeance, but for love, my daughters, my truth, our family. The Tucson stars blazed, their light a vow, we'd rise, unyielding. The desert's resilience ours, its vastness a home for our triumph, rooted deep in Arizona's red earth. Richard's fall cost me dearly, a wound bleeding under Tucson's relentless sun. Sterling Industries collapsed, its stock worthless, my empire dust after the scandal's quake. Friends vanished, their silence louder than X's fading hashtag Sterling Truth posts. Tucson's elite shunned us. Galador's barred, their whispers sharp as cactus spines. Media hounded, cameras flashing outside our estate, 30 miles from Phoenix's chaos. Lily flinched at headlights, her art muted. Daisy's fire dulled, her fists unclenched, Sky's nightmares lingered, her trust a fragile thread. My savings drained, lawsuits from Richard's allies piled, forcing me to sell our Tucson home. Its halls echoing Eleanor's laughter, now gone. The Arizona desert stretched, its saguaro silhouettes looming like mourners, their arms heavy with my losses. I'd cleared my name, but at what price? Board members who'd backed me turned cold, Tucson streets no longer safe. A neighbor's sign, Sterling out, stung, a betrayal raw as Richard's lies. Eleanor's garden, once my refuge, felt barren. Its roses ash. The desert wind howled, its gusts cold, carrying the weight of what I'd sacrificed. My legacy, my wealth, my place in Tucson, gone, traded for truth. Ex-posts praised me, but their cheers felt hollow, drowned by my girl's quiet fear. I stood on our estate's edge, the Sonoran vastness a mirror to my grief, its silence asking, was justice worth this ruin? The stars blinked, dim, as I faced the wreckage, my heart heavy, the desert's raw earth my only witness to a victory that felt like defeat. I accepted the fallout. A root sinking into Arizona's arid soil. We left Tucson, moving to a modest Sedona cabin, 90 miles north, its red cliffs a new start. I sold my last shares, embracing a simpler life. Cooking for my girls, learning their silences. Laura settled lawsuits, but I leaned on myself, chopping wood under Sedona's sun, its heat a cleansing fire. X notifications faded. Tucson's noise distant. I walked Oak Creek's banks, the desert's flow grounding me, its ripples washing away guilt. Lily's hesitation, Daisy's anger, Sky's fear. They hurt, but I faced them. No longer hiding. The saguaro's absence here, replaced by junipers, mirrored my shift, not the tycoon, but a father, scarred yet present. I let go of Sterling Industries. Its towers a mirage I didn't need. The Arizona stars shone, their lights soft, as I embraced the cost. No empire, but my girls safe. I drove to Tucson once, passing our old estate, its gates locked, and felt no pang, only resolve. The desert's vastness wasn't loss, but freedom, its silence a teacher. I wasn't running from consequences, I was living them, each step a choice to rebuild, not for fame, but for family. Sedona's red earth held me, its cliffs unyielding, like my vow to be enough, to carry the weight of truth, my heart steady, rooted in love, ready to face whatever came. Under the desert's quiet gaze, I rebuilt myself, a cactus blooming in Sedona's red heart. I enrolled in a community college, studying nonprofit management, honoring Evelyn's sacrifice. Nightly, I journaled, tracing my journey, grief, fight, loss, love, each word a brick in a new foundation. Lily painted again, her colors bold. Daisy debated, her fire back. Sky wrote poetry, her voice fierce. I wasn't the titan anymore, but their dad, present, whole. Sedona's sunsets, vivid as Arizona's soul, taught me to cherish now. I volunteered at a shelter, helping kids like Emma and Caleb. Their smiles my reward. The desert's junipers stood tall, their scent grounding, mirroring my growth. Ex-posts no longer defined me. I deleted my account, choosing real voices, my girl's laughter. Laura visited, her not a quiet pride. I restored Eleanor's old garden tools, planting cacti in our cabin's yard, their blooms defiant, like me. The Arizona wind sang, its melody warm. As I saw my strength, not in wealth, but endurance, love. Tucson's scars faded, Sedona's cliffs my mirror. I was David, not Sterling, forged by loss, rooted in truth. My girls and I hiked Bell Rock. Its red glow ours, a family reborn. The desert's vastness embraced us, its silence a vow, we'd thrive together. I stood at our cabin, a cactus flower glowing, my heart full, ready for tomorrow. The Sonoran's resilience mine, a new self rising, unyielding, under Arizona's endless sky. In Sedona's red-cliffed embrace, Laura Evans saw me, not the fallen tycoon, but David, scarred and striving. 90 miles from Tucson's ghosts. Over coffee at a canyon-side cafe, 30 feet above Oak Creek's murmur, she listened, her eyes kind, never probing. "You're enough," she said, handing me a steaming mug, her voice steady as Arizona's junipers. That moment cracked my armor, the desert's glow reflecting a warmth I hadn't felt since Eleanor. Laura didn't see the billionaire or the scandal. She saw the father fighting for Lily, Daisy, and Sky, the man wrestling loss, doubt, love. Her presence, unjudging, was a cactus bloom, defiant in arid soil, stirring hope in my weary heart. The Arizona sun dipped, its light soft, painting the cliffs red, a canvas for my truth. I shared my fears, failing my girls. Missing Eleanor's warnings, trusting Richard too long. Laura nodded, her silence a gift, letting my words settle like dust after a monsoon. The desert wind sang, its melody warm, weaving through pines, echoing her quiet strength. I wasn't just a story on X or a name in Tucson's ruins. I was seen, raw, real. Sedona's red earth grounded me, its vastness no longer daunting but embracing, urging me to accept her gaze. Laura's belief, fierce as a saguaro's spine, shifted me, a door to healing I'd kept shut. The stars above blinked, their light a vow. I could be whole, not for wealth, but for love, my daughters, myself, under the Sonoran's endless sky. I forgave myself, a weight lifting in Sedona's quiet dawn. I wrote to my younger self, the David blind to Richard's deceit, ignoring Eleanor's cries. "You did your best," I penned, sitting by our cabin's cactus patch, 30 feet from Bell Rock's glow. The words flowed, kind, not accusing, releasing guilt like sand through fingers. I burned the letter under Arizona's stars, their embers rising, the desert's wind carrying my shame away. I forgave Richard, too, not for him, but me. His pale blue eyes, his lies, no longer chained me. "I'm free," I whispered, tearing up, the junipers nodding, their scent grounding. Sedona's red cliffs stood tall, their silence a mirror to my peace. I let go of Eleanor's death. My failure to see her love, not my flaws, defined me. The Arizona sun rose, its heat gentle, washing over my girl's laughter, Lily's art, Daisy's fire, Sky's poetry. I wasn't perfect, but I was theirs enough. The desert's vastness held me, its earth a canvas for release, urging me to live unburdened. I cried, first in years, tears falling like monsoon rain, cleansing. X's noise, Tucson's scars, faded, my heart was mine again. The saguaro's absence here, replaced by pines, mirrored my shift. No more thorns, only growth. I vowed to love my girls, myself, without ghosts, the Sonoran's resilience my guide, my forgiveness a cactus flower, blooming fierce. Rooted in Arizona's red heart. Healing took root, a garden reborn in Sedona's arid embrace. I restored Eleanor's old flower bed, planting cacti Sky chose, 30 feet from our cabin's porch. Their blooms, pink and fierce, defied the desert's heat, like us. Lily hung her paintings there, vivid swirls. Daisy built a stone bench, her hands steady. Sky carved, we're enough, on a rock. Her gift. The Arizona sun glowed, its light warm, bathing our sanctuary, proof we could grow through pain. The desert wind whispered, its melody soft, weaving through junipers, echoing our laughter. I walked the garden daily, touching petals, feeling whole. The Sonoran's red earth my anchor. Tucson's wounds, Richard's lies, Eleanor's loss, faded, replaced by my girl's smiles, Laura's nod. Ex-posts no longer called me. This garden, real, was my truth. The stars above Sedona blazed, their light a vow. We'd thrive, together. I sat on Daisy's bench, Sky's rock at my feet. Lily's art glowing, and saw our future, not wealth, but love, unyielding. The desert's vastness embraced us, its silence a song of renewal, urging us forward. This garden wasn't just earth, it was us. Reborn, a cactus blooming defiant, rooted deep in Arizona's heart, a symbol of healing, ours, under the Sonoran's endless sky. Sedona's dawn greeted me with peace, a quiet balm after Tucson's storm. 90 miles south. Each morning, I brewed coffee in our cabin, 30 feet from Oak Creek's gentle flow, opening windows to let the desert's cool air sweep in. Lily sketched at the table, her colors vivid. Daisy hiked nearby trails, her laughter echoing. Sky read poetry, her voice soft. Our life was simple, a used truck, a small garden, daily walks under Sedona's red cliffs. The Arizona sun rose, its glow soft, painting the junipers gold, a reminder we'd survived. I no longer chased Sterling Industries' ghosts or Tucson's applause on X. My days held new rhythms, cooking pancakes for my girls, fixing Sky's bike, cheering Daisy's debates. The desert's vastness wasn't empty but full, its silence a canvas for our laughter. We'd left wealth behind, but gained each other, our bond fierce as a cactus bloom. Sedona's red earth grounded me, its cliffs unyielding, mirroring my heart, scarred but whole. I walked Bell Rock's base, 30 miles from Flagstaff, feeling the desert's pulse, its resilience ours. The stars above blazed, their light warm, no longer distant but near, like my girl's trust. Tucson's scars, Richard's lies, Eleanor's loss faded, replaced by this quiet life, rooted in love. The Sonoran wind whispered, its melody gentle, urging me to savor now, to live for Lily, Daisy, Sky. Not yesterday's battles. This was life after the storm, a new dawn, ours, blooming under Arizona's endless sky. I turned pain into purpose, a seed sprouting in Sedona's arid heart. Inspired by Evelyn's sacrifice, I founded the Evelyn Fund for Forgotten Children, a nonprofit to reunite lost kids with families, headquartered 30 feet from our cabin. I worked from a small office, coordinating volunteers, my laptop humming under Arizona's sun. Sky named it, her eyes bright. We launched a hotline, reuniting a Phoenix boy with his mother within weeks, 50 miles away. Sharing our story on a local Sedona radio, I sparked donations, small sums, heartfelt, from Tucson's remnants. The desert's junipers stood tall, their scent grounding, mirroring my drive. Each child saved, like Emma, Caleb, echoed Sky's journey, their smiles my reward. Lily designed our logo, a cactus bloom. Daisy rallied schoolmates, her fire fierce. Sky spoke at fundraisers, her poetry electric. The Arizona wind sang, its melody fierce, carrying our mission beyond Sedona's cliffs. I volunteered at shelters, 30 miles from Flagstaff, helping kids find homes, their hugs fueling me. The desert's vastness mirrored our reach, its silence a vow, no child forgotten. X-posts tagged hashtag Evelyn Fund, strangers joining, their stories weaving with ours. Tucson's pain, Richard's greed, Evelyn's death, became my fuel, not my chain. I stood in our garden, a cactus glowing. My heart full, acting not for glory, but for those like Sky, the Sonoran's resilience mine, a legacy rooted in love, blooming for others under Arizona's red sky. Our fight inspired a community. A monsoon sweeping Sedona's red earth. Strangers emailed, sharing stories of loss, hope, 30 miles from Tucson's echoes. A Flagstaff teacher invited me to speak, 90 miles north. I shared our journey, my voice steady, sparking tears, applause. X-posts surged, hashtag Evelyn Fund trended, thousands sharing tales of reunited families, tagging our cause. Tucson rallied. Signs reading Justice Lives, their voices a chorus 50 miles away. The Arizona sun glowed, its light warm, as neighbors joined, their donations small but fierce. Lily's logo adorned shirts. Daisy's protest hit Sedona's streets. Sky's poetry aired on Phoenix radio, 60 miles south, her words a spark. A national outlet covered our fund, amplifying Evelyn's sacrifice. Uniting communities from Tucson to Flagstaff. The desert's vastness mirrored this wave, its junipers embracing, as hashtag Sterling Truth faded, replaced by hope. Donors funded shelters, volunteers poured in. Sedona's heart beating with ours. The wind roared through pines, its melody bold, carrying our call. Share your story, heal. I stood on Bell Rock, a cactus bloom in hand, my girls beside me. Our community alive. Tucson's wounds, Richard's lies, my losses fueled connection, not division. The Arizona stars blazed, their light a vow. We'd inspire, unite, for every child, every heart. The Sonoran silence roared, its red cliffs our stage, a community rising, unyielding, under Arizona's endless sky. I returned to Tucson, 90 miles south of Sedona's red cliffs, to face the scars etched in its red earth. The estate where Richard's shadow once loomed stood silent, 30 miles from Phoenix's sprawl, its gates rusted, Eleanor's garden overgrown. I walked its halls, touching Lily's faded drawings, Daisy's scuffed soccer ball, Sky's hidden hairpin, each a ghost of our pain. The Arizona sun filtered through cracked windows, its glow soft. No longer accusing but gentle, a shift I felt deep. The rooms held trauma, Richard's lies, the girl's kidnapping, Eleanor's absence, but also love, their laughter echoing faintly. I stood in the garden. Roses wild, a cactus bloomed defiant, mirroring my heart. The desert's vastness wasn't heavy but open, its junipers replaced by saguaro, their arms raised like old friends. Tucson streets. Once hostile, felt neutral, the billboards gone, X's hashtag Sterling Lies faded. I drove past Harmony Haven's shuttered office, 15 miles away, its facade crumbling, Richard's empire dust. The Sonoran wind whispered, its melody warm, carrying memories of fear, fight, triumph. I didn't flinch. Richard's pale blue eyes no longer haunted me. Sedona had rebuilt me, but Tucson was my root. Its pain my forge. The stars above blinked, their light steady, urging me to see not loss, but growth. I wasn't the tycoon or soft Sterling here, just David, a father whole. Facing the past with clear eyes, the desert's resilience mine, its red earth a canvas for closure, under Arizona's endless sky. I met Richard in prison, 60 miles from Tucson. Not to accuse, but to end his hold, a dialogue with my pain's source. His cell, stark under Arizona's harsh light, reeked faintly of roses, his pale blue eyes dull, no longer piercing. I wanted control, he mumbled, voice cracked, a shadow of the brother who'd ruled me. I listened, heart steady as Sedona's junipers, the desert's wind howling outside, 30 feet from his bars. I'm done carrying you, I said, calm, not raging, my words a cactus bloom, defiant. He nodded, a flicker of regret crossing his face, his arrogance gone. I spoke of Eleanor, Sky, the girls, his lies. Their pain, my fight. He looked away, silent, but I didn't need his apology. The Arizona sun burned, its heat a mirror to my release, the Sonoran's vastness my strength. I wasn't here to blame, but to reclaim myself, to close a chapter written in Tucson's red earth. Richard's crimes, Eleanor's murder, Sky's erasure, were his chains, not mine. The saguaro's silhouette loomed in my mind. It spines my resolve, urging me to walk away. I left, the prison's gates clanging, my heart light. The desert's silence a vow. I was free. Sedona's cliffs called, 90 miles north, but this moment, raw and real, was Tucson's gift, a dialogue not of hate, but healing, under Arizona's unyielding sky. We'd both changed, a quiet truth blooming in Arizona's arid heart. Richard was no longer the titan, his empire dust, just a man broken by greed, his pale blue eyes empty in that cell, 60 miles from Tucson. I saw myself in Sedona's streams. 30 feet from our cabin, not this soft Sterling, but David, forged by loss, love, truth. The Arizona stars shone, their light warm, reflecting our shift. Lily hugged me after my return, whispering, "You're different, Dad," her art bright. Daisy grinned, her fire steady. Sky squeezed my hand, her poetry fierce. No words were needed, just their trust, a nod like the desert's junipers, unyielding. Richard's silence in prison, his faint regret, was enough, not forgiveness, but closure, a mutual release. The Sonoran wind sang, its melody soft, weaving through Tucson's saguaro, Sedona's pines. A bridge between past and now. I wasn't his brother anymore, nor he my shadow. We were two men, changed by truth's weight. The desert's vastness held us, its red earth a mirror. Scars remain, but growth prevails. I stood in our garden, a cactus glowing, my heart full. Sedona's cliffs 90 miles north, Tucson's pain a route, not a chain. The Arizona sky stretched, its silence a vow. We'd risen, apart, yet bound by change, unyielding, under the Sonoran's endless embrace. I shared our story with the world, a truth blooming under Sedona's red cliffs. 90 miles from Tucson's scars, standing on Bell Rock, 30 feet above its base, I posted a YouTube video, my hands trembling as I hit upload. "I'm David Sterling," I said, voice steady. The Arizona sun painting the desert gold. This is how we survived. I recounted Richard's lies, Sky's erasure, Eleanor's murder, Harmony Haven's fraud, and our fight. From Tucson's estate to Sedona's cabin, the desert wind sang, its melody fierce, weaving through junipers, urging me to speak. Views climbed 10,000, then 1,000,000, comments flooding. You gave me courage. I wasn't polished, just raw, the Sonoran's vastness framing my heart. X amplified it. Hashtag Sterling Story trended. Tucson's echoes joining Sedona's call, 60 miles apart. I detailed Sky's hairpin escape, Lily's art, Daisy's fire, Laura's steel, Valerie's truth. The saguaro's silhouette loomed in my mind. It spines my resolve, pushing me to bear our pain, loss, doubt, love. Sedona's red earth grounded me, its cliffs a stage, not for fame, but connection. A Phoenix station aired my talk, 50 miles south, sparking vigils for Evelyn. The Arizona stars blazed, their light warm, reflecting voices from Flagstaff to Tucson, 90 miles north. I wasn't the tycoon or soft Sterling, just David, a father, sharing not for glory, but to light paths for others. The desert's silence a vow, our story, raw and real, could heal under Arizona's endless sky. Our story sparked change, a monsoon sweeping Arizona's arid heart. A Phoenix anchor invited me to speak. 60 miles from Sedona, my words airing nationally, detailing the Evelyn Fund's mission to save lost children. Listeners launched campaigns against child exploitation, citing Sky's courage. Their petitions hitting 20,000 signatures in Tucson, 90 miles south. X-posts, hashtag Evelyn Fund, surged, survivors sharing stories, inspired by our fight. A Flagstaff shelter, 30 miles away, adopted our model, reuniting families, its director crediting my YouTube clip. The Arizona sun glowed, its light fierce, as Sedona's community rallied, volunteers flooding our fund. Their hands steady as junipers. I spoke at a Tucson vigil, 50 miles from Phoenix, honoring Evelyn, Emma, Caleb, my girls beside me. Lily's logo, Daisy's chants, Sky's poetry electric. The desert's vastness mirrored this wave, its saguaro arms raised, embracing change from Sedona's cliffs to Tucson streets. A national lawmaker, moved by our story, proposed child protection reforms, citing hashtag Sterling Story. The Sonoran wind roared, its melody bold, carrying our impact beyond Arizona, 90 miles to Flagstaff's heart. I wasn't a hero, just a father. My pain is spark for justice, not division. Sedona's red earth held me, its silence a vow. Truth shifts worlds. I stood on our cabin's porch, a cactus blooming. My heart full, the desert's resilience ours, a movement rooted in love, growing under Arizona's endless sky. I spread hope, a cactus flower defying Sedona's arid soil. You don't need wealth to fight. I told audiences, my voice steady on a Phoenix stage, 60 miles south, urging courage over fear. Evelyn's lesson, one truth can change everything, rang clear, Tucson scars, 90 miles away. My proof. X messages poured in. Your story saved me. Survivors vowing to speak. Inspired by #EvelynFund. At a Sedona vigil, 30 feet from Oak Creek, I lit candles for unseen struggles, saying, your pain has purpose. The Arizona stars blazed, their light warm, each a story waiting. I called for action. Share your truth. Heal another. From Flagstaff shelters, 30 miles north, to Tucson streets. The desert's junipers stood tall, their scent grounding, mirroring hope's spread. A survivor wrote, I spoke because of sky, her voice a ripple, like Lily's art, Daisy's fire. My fight. The Sonoran wind sang, its melody soft, weaving through Sedona's cliffs, urging others to rise. I wasn't special, just a man. My girls love my guide, Tucson's pain my fuel. On Bell Rock, a cactus in hand, I vowed, you're enough, the desert's vastness my stage. X posts echoed, #Sterling story fading for #Hope rises, a call to all. The Arizona sky stretched, its silence a promise. Your truth can light the world, unyielding, under the Sonoran's endless embrace. I harbor no regrets for this path, a trail carved through Arizona's red earth, 90 miles from Tucson's ghosts. Facing Richard, losing Sterling Industries, rebuilding in Sedona's cliffs, it forged us, unyielding as junipers under the Sonoran sun. I'd walk it again, every sleepless night, every tear, every fight. Because it gave me Lily, Daisy, Sky, a whole, fierce, mine. Their laughter, 30 feet from our cabin by Oak Creek, is my legacy, not boardrooms or wealth. The desert's vastness holds my certainty. Its silence a vow, truth set us free. I stood on Bell Rock, 30 miles from Flagstaff, the Arizona wind singing, its melody fierce, weaving through pines, echoing our triumph. Tucson's scars, Richard's lies, Eleanor's murder, Sky's erasure, were worth enduring for this moment. My girls' eyes bright, their love my anchor. Sedona's red cliffs tower, their glow warm, teaching me strength isn't gold, but showing up, scarred yet steady. The saguaro's silhouette, absent here, lives in my heart. It spines my resolve, pushing me through fear, doubt, loss. X's #Sterling story, Tucson's cheers, faded, but my path remains, a cactus bloom defying arid soil. I faced Richard's prison cell, 60 miles south, and found peace, not vengeance. The Arizona stars blaze, their light bold, reflecting my choice. Love over greed, truth over lies. This journey, raw and real, was ours, a family reborn, unyielding, under the Sonoran's endless sky. My heart full, no shadow of regret dimming its glow. Pain shaped me, a cactus flower rooted in Sedona's arid heart, and I'm grateful. Eleanor's loss, Richard's betrayal. Sky's hidden years, they carved me, 30 feet from our cabin's porch, into a man who listens, fights, loves fiercely. I once cursed my grief, Tucson's wounds bleeding raw, 90 miles south. But now I see its gift, clarity, strength, my girl's face is sharp in my soul. The Arizona sun rises, its heat gentle, washing over Lily's art, Daisy's fire, Sky's poetry, each a lesson pain taught. I walked Oak Creek's banks, 30 miles from Flagstaff, the desert's flow mirroring my scars, Eleanor's warnings, Richard's pale blue eyes, the girl's kidnapping. They weren't chains, but roots, grounding me. The Sonoran wind whispers, its melody soft, weaving through junipers, thanking each wound. I stood in our garden, a cactus glowing, my heart open, no longer hiding from loss. Sedona's cliffs, unyielding, mirror my gratitude. Pain was my forge, not my end. X's noise, Tucson's trials, faded, but pain's lessons endure, a saguaro's resilience mine. I'd not undo a single tear. For they led here to love, truth, us. The Arizona stars shine, their light warm, a vow. I cherish the hurt that built me, unyielding, under the Sonoran's endless embrace, my soul blooming, thankful. In Arizona's red earth, one truth defines me, a final statement etched in Sedona's red cliffs. I didn't break. I spoke this to a Tucson crowd, 50 miles from Phoenix, my voice steady. 90 miles from Sedona's heart. It's not about winning, but standing, 30 feet from Bell Rock's glow. After the fall, Lily, Daisy, Sky flanked me, their eyes bright. A cactus bloom in each smile. I'm no hero, just a man, forged by Tucson's pain, Sedona's peace, the Sonoran's vastness my stage. The Arizona wind roared, its melody bold, carrying my words through junipers, saguaro, pines. Richard's lies, Eleanor's loss, Sky's courage. They didn't shatter me, but built me, unyielding, under Arizona's sky. X's hashtag Evelyn Fun lives. But this is mine. I stood, loved, fought, whole. The desert's silence vows, its red earth my mirror. Resilience is love, not wealth. I journaled it, 30 feet from our cabin. My girl's laughter my ink. Sedona's stars blaze, their light fierce, reflecting my truth, not Tucson's scars, 60 miles south. I'm David, a father, my story simple. Loss, fight, love. It's theirs. Maybe yours, a cactus flower defying arid soil, unyielding, under the Sonoran's endless sky, my heart singing. I didn't break, a legacy rooted in Arizona's red heart. I wrote to my past self. A letter born in Sedona's red dawn, 90 miles from Tucson's shadows. Sitting by Oak Creek, 30 feet from our cabin, I pinned, Dear David, you were enough. The Arizona sun rose, its glow soft, painting juniper's gold, as I spoke to the man who trusted Richard, missed Eleanor's warnings, lost Sky for years. You didn't see, but you learned. I wrote, the desert's wind whispering. Its melody gentle, urging honesty. My words trace Tucson's pain, 90 miles south, the estate's empty halls, the girl's kidnapping, Richard's pale blue eyes. I didn't accuse, but comforted. My pen steady as a cactus bloom. The Sonoran's vastness held me, its silence a canvas for truth, not shame. I recalled my blindness, the soft, sterling cowering, yet saw his love, for Eleanor, Lily, Daisy, Sky burning true. The letter flowed, raw, forgiving, a bridge to the man I was, 60 miles from Richard's prison cell. I read it aloud, voice cracking, the creek's ripples carrying my past. Sedona's cliffs towered, their red earth my anchor, mirroring my heart scarred, but whole. I folded the paper, letting it drift in Oak Creek, the Arizona stars blinking, their light warm, a vow. I'd carry no guilt. This wasn't erasure, but embrace, the desert's resilience mine, a father's love unyielding, rooted in the Sonoran's endless sky. My past self not a ghost, but a root, blooming in Arizona's red heart. My flaws, once despised, became my strength, a cactus flower defying Sedona's arid soil. I'd hated my trust in Richard, my silence at Eleanor's warnings. My failure to find Sky wounds raw in Tucson, 90 miles south. But by our cabin, 30 feet from Bell Rock's glow, I saw their truth. They saved us. My hesitation let Sky grow fierce. Her hairpin a spark. My grief fueled our fight. Eleanor's love my guide. The Arizona sun burned, its heat fierce, as I walked her garden, junipers nodding, their scent grounding. Those flaws doubt. Naivety were survival, keeping me human, not a tycoon's shell. The Sonoran wind sang, its melody bold, weaving through Sedona's cliffs, thanking each scar. I once loathed my soft heart. But it held Lily's art, Daisy's fire, Sky's poetry, unyielding, 60 miles from Phoenix's noise. X's hashtag sterling story faded, but my flaws endured, the saguaro spines in my soul. I journaled, tracing my journey, loss, betrayal, triumph, not to hide, but to honor. Sedona's red earth mirrored me, its silence a vow. Flaws aren't shame, but growth. I stood by Oak Creek. 30 miles from Flagstaff, my past reconciled, not erased. The Arizona stars blazed, their lights steady, reflecting my truth. I was forged by failure, love, resilience, unyielding. Under the Sonoran's endless embrace, my flaws a legacy, blooming in Arizona's red heart. I embraced my whole self, a man reborn in Sedona's red cliffs, 90 miles from Tucson's pain. In our cabin's mirror, 30 feet from Oak Creek, I met my eyes, no shame, just pride, the Arizona sun glowing, its light warm. I hugged my reflection, laughing at its silliness, but true. Juniper's outside nodding, their scent my anchor. Lily caught me, giggling. We danced, Daisy joining, Sky's poetry our beat, a family whole, 60 miles from Phoenix's echo. The Sonoran's vastness held me, its silence a song, urging me to love all I was, grief, doubt, love, strength. I walked Bell Rock's trails, 30 miles from Flagstaff, touching red earth. Feeling complete, no longer the soft, Sterling, or Tycoon, but David, unyielding. The Arizona wind roared, its melody fierce, weaving through Sedona's pines, my heart open. Tucson scars, 90 miles south, a route, not a chain. X's hashtag Evelyn Fun lived, but I needed no crowd, my girl's laughter my mirror. I stood in our garden, a cactus blooming, its petals fierce. Like me, flawed, yet enough. Sedona's cliffs towered, their red glow my truth, the Sonoran's resilience mine, a vow. I'd live, whole, for Lily, Daisy, Sky, myself. The Arizona stars shone, their light bold, embracing my soul, unyielding, under the Sonoran's endless sky, my whole self a legacy, rooted in Arizona's red heart. I wrote to Richard, my pen trembling in Sedona's quiet dusk. 90 miles from Tucson's scars, by our cabin's fire pit, 30 feet from Oak Creek's murmur, I poured out my pain, the Arizona sun dipping, its glow soft on junipers. You stole so much. I scrawled, listing Eleanor's life, Sky's years, Lily and Daisy's safety, our trust, crushed under his pale blue eyes, 60 miles south in his prison cell. I named the wounds, his lies at Harmony Haven, the kidnapping, Tucson's betrayal, 90 miles away. The desert wind whispered, its melody fierce, urging me to face him, not with hate, but truth. I wrote of my fight, our girl's courage, Evelyn's sacrifice, each word a cactus bloom, defiant in arid soil. The Sonoran's vastness held me, its silence a canvas, not for rage, but release. I didn't seek his reply, his silence in that cell, 30 feet from Tucson's echo, was enough. I recalled his smirk, his rose cigar scent, but saw a man broken, not my chain. Sedona's red cliffs towered, their earth my anchor, mirroring my heart, scarred, yet free. The Arizona stars blinked, their light warm, a vow. This letter was for me, not him. I stood by the fire pit, paper in hand, the desert's resilience mine, ready to let go, not for Richard's peace, but mine, unyielding, under the Sonoran's endless sky, my pain a root, blooming in Arizona's red heart. I released resentment, a weight dissolving in Sedona's arid dawn, 30 feet from Bell Rock's glow. I forgive you, Richard, I whispered, not for his sake, but mine. 90 miles from Tucson's pain. His lies, Eleanor's murder, Sky's erasure, Harmony Haven's fraud, no longer choked me 60 miles south in his cell. The Arizona sun rose, its heat gentle, washing over our garden's cactus blooms, junipers nodding, their scent grounding. Resentment had bound me, a thorn in my heart, fueling sleepless nights, Tucson's wounds raw. But by Oak Creek, 30 miles from Flagstaff, I let it go, the desert's flow mirroring my release. I tore my letter, scattering pieces in the stream, the Sonoran wind singing, its melody soft, carrying my anger away. Richard's pale blue eyes faded, his power dust, like Sterling Industries, 90 miles south. I wasn't absolving him. His crimes were his. But freeing myself, my girl's laughter, Lily's art, Daisy's fire, Sky's poetry my guide. Sedona's cliffs stood tall, their silence a vow. Hate ends here. The Arizona stars blazed, their light bold, reflecting my peace, not Tucson's rage. I stood by our cabin, a cactus glowing, my heart light, the desert's vastness my stage, not his shadow. I'd carry no grudge, my love for my girls, Evelyn's memory, enough, unyielding. Under the Sonoran's endless embrace, my resentment gone, blooming in Arizona's red heart. I let go, forgiving fully, a cactus flower soaring in Sedona's red earth, 90 miles from Tucson's thorns. By our fire pit, 30 feet from Oak Creek, I burned Evelyn's old scarf, a relic of fear from her fight, 60 miles south. Embers rose, the Arizona wind roaring, its melody fierce. Weaving through junipers, my heart unburdened. The act wasn't anger, but closure, a release of Richard's grip, Eleanor's loss, Tucson's pain. I stood barefoot, the desert's soil cool. Sedona's cliffs towering, their glow my truth. The Sonoran's vastness embraced me, its silence a song, urging me to forgive, not for justice, but freedom. Lily, Daisy, Sky joined, unaware. Their laughter my anchor, 30 miles from Flagstaff's echo. I let go of X's noise, hashtag Sterling Stories wait, choosing our garden's blooms, my girl's smiles. The Arizona stars shone, their light warm. A vow. I'd live, free, whole. Richard's cell, Tucson scars, were past, not my chain, 90 miles south. I walked to our cabin, a cactus glowing, my heart open, the desert's resilience mine. Forgiving all, myself, Richard, fate. The Sonoran sky stretched, its red cliffs my stage, unyielding, under Arizona's endless embrace, my forgiveness a legacy, blooming bold. Rooted deep in Arizona's red heart, I sat silent on Sedona's cliffs, 30 feet above Bell Rock's red glow, 90 miles from Tucson's faded scars. Hawks soared, their cries piercing the Arizona dawn, the desert's breath my own, junipers swaying 30 miles from Flagstaff. No words came, just presence, the Sonoran's vastness. Its red earth a mirror to my heart, scarred yet whole. The wind whispered, its melody soft, weaving through pines, carrying Lily's laughter, Daisy's fire, Sky's poetry, echoing from our cabin. 30 feet below, I felt Tucson's pain, Richard's lies, Eleanor's loss, the girl's kidnapping, 90 miles south settle, not as weight, but wisdom. Sedona's sun rose, its light warm. Painting cliffs gold, a canvas for my peace. The saguaro's absence here, replaced by junipers, mirrored my shift, no thorns, only growth. I breathed the desert's pulse, its silence a gift. Holding space for my girl's futures, Evelyn's sacrifice, my fight. The Arizona stars faded, their light lingering, a vow. I'd survived, not alone, but with love. X's hashtag Sterling Story. 60 miles from Phoenix was distant, this moment mine, ours. I closed my eyes, the Sonoran's vastness embracing, its red cliffs my anchor, urging me to rest, reflect, be. This wasn't escape, but arrival, a pause to feel triumph's weight lift, the desert's resilience mine, unyielding, under Arizona's endless sky, my silence a song, rooted deep in Sedona's red heart. I spoke to you. The viewer, from Sedona's red cliffs, 90 miles from Tucson's echo, my voice steady, the Arizona sun blazing, 30 feet above Oak Creek. If you're lost in shadows, I see you, I said. Eyes on the camera, the desert's glow framing me, raw, real. I was there afraid, broken, in Tucson's grip, 90 miles south. I shared Sky's hairpin escape, Lily's art, Daisy's fire. 60 miles from Phoenix's noise. Your pain has purpose, I urged, the Sonoran wind roaring, its melody fierce, weaving through junipers, my heart open. I wasn't the tycoon or soft Sterling, just David, a father forged by loss, love, truth, 30 miles from Flagstaff's call. The desert's vastness backed me, its silence a vow. You're not alone. I told of Richard's lies, Eleanor's murder, our fight, not for glory, but hope. Sedona's red earth grounded me, its cliffs my stage, urging you to trust, to rise. I'm here, waiting, I said. The Arizona stars rising, their light bold, reflecting your strength, not Tucson scars. X's hashtag Evelyn Fun lives, but this is for you. Your story, your spark, unyielding. Under the Sonoran's endless sky, my voice a bridge, inviting you to heal, to shine, rooted in Arizona's red heart. I invited your stories, a call blooming in Sedona's arid dawn. 90 miles from Tucson's pain. Tell me your fight, I urged, 30 feet from Bell Rock, the Arizona sun glowing, its light warm, junipers nodding, 30 miles from Flagstaff. Your truth could light another's way, I said, the Sonoran wind singing, its melody soft, weaving through Sedona's cliffs, my heart full. I shared hashtag Evelyn Fund, 60 miles from Phoenix. Asking for comments, posts, hope, Tucson's echo, 90 miles south, a spark. In our garden, I lit a candle for every unseen struggle, its flame fierce, a cactus bloom defying arid soil. The Arizona stars blazed, their light a vow, your voice matters, a ripple like Lily's art, Daisy's fire, Sky's poetry. The desert's vastness was our stage, its silence a call, share, heal, rise. A survivor's ex-post, Sky inspired me, showed the power, her story a beacon, 30 miles from Tucson scars. I stood by Oak Creek, Sedona's red earth my anchor, urging, your truth is enough. Unyielding, under Arizona's endless sky. The Sonoran's resilience was ours, its cliffs a canvas for your spark, my invitation a legacy, rooted in love, blooming bold in Arizona's red heart. Ready to light the world. I thank you, my heart open under Sedona's red cliffs, 90 miles from Tucson's faded scars. From our cabin, 30 feet from Oak Creek's flow, I speak to you who watched. Shared, believed, the Arizona sun glowing, its light warm on junipers. Your views, comments, ex-posts, hashtag Sterling Story, hashtag Evelyn Fund, carried us 60 miles from Phoenix's echo. You heard my pain, Richard's lies, Eleanor's loss, Sky's erasure, and our triumph, Lily's art, Daisy's fire, Sky's hairpin, 30 miles from Flagstaff's call. The Sonoran wind sings, its melody soft, weaving through pines, echoing your support, a cactus bloom in arid soil. I'm no hero, just David, a father, forged by Tucson's red earth, 90 miles south, your presence my strength. You stood with us through Harmony Haven's fall, Richard's prison cell, 60 miles away, our fight for truth. Sedona's cliffs tower, their silence a vow, your belief mattered. A beacon in our darkest nights. I see Lily wave, Daisy laugh, Sky nod. Their joy yours, too, the desert's vastness our shared stage. The Arizona stars blaze, their light bold, reflecting your hearts. Not Tucson's wounds. I place my hand on my heart, a smile real, no mask, thanking you for walking this path, unyielding, under the Sonoran's endless sky. Your voice is a legacy. Rooted deep in Arizona's red heart, lifting us, whole, forever grateful. I promise a future bright, a cactus flower rising in Sedona's arid dawn, 90 miles from Tucson's past. I don't know what's next. I admit, 30 feet from Bell Rock's glow, the Arizona wind roaring, its melody fears through junipers. But I'm unafraid, Sedona's cliffs my anchor. 30 miles from Flagstaff's call. The Evelyn Fund thrives, saving children like Sky, 60 miles from Phoenix's heart, its mission our vow. I'll love my girls, Lily's art, Daisy's fire. Sky's poetry, rooted in our cabin, 90 miles from Tucson's scars. The Sonoran's vastness opens, its red earth a canvas, not for wealth, but hope, unyielding, under Arizona's sky. I'll walk Sedona's trails, fight for forgotten kids, live true, no longer the soft Sterling, but David, forged by love. X's hashtag Sterling Story fades, but our light endures, a saguaro's resilience ours. 60 miles from Richard's cell. Tucson's pain, 90 miles south, fuels my promise. We'll rise, laugh, love, free. The Arizona stars shine, their light warm, a vow. Tomorrow's ours, not fears. I stand in our garden, a cactus blooming, my heart full, Sedona's cliffs towering, their glow my guide, a future uncharted but bold, rooted in truth, blooming fierce in Arizona's red heart. Unyielding, under the Sonoran's endless embrace. I call you to act, an open ending under Sedona's red sky, 90 miles from Tucson's echo. If you've risen from darkness, don't hide, I urge. 30 feet from Oak Creek, the Arizona sun blazing, junipers nodding, 30 miles from Flagstaff. Share your truth on X, a note, a whisper, 60 miles from Phoenix's call, your story could save. Like Sky's hairpin, Lily's art, Daisy's fire. The Sonoran wind roars, its melody bold, weaving through cliffs, urging you to shine, Tucson's scars, 90 miles south, your spark. You're enough. I vow, a cactus bloom in hand, the desert's vastness our stage, unyielding, under Arizona's sky. Quote me, truth wins when you speak, my words a seed, rooted in Sedona's red earth. X's hashtag Evelyn Fund waits, your voice its fuel, 60 miles from Richard's cell. I see survivors' posts, I spoke, inspired by you, ripples like our fight, 90 miles from Tucson's pain. The Arizona stars blaze, their light fierce, each a story, yours, mine, ours. Join us, share, rise, the Sonoran silence a call, its cliffs your canvas, unyielding, under Arizona's endless embrace. Your truth a legacy, blooming bold, rooted deep in Arizona's red heart, the future open, waiting for your light.